What's poppin', everyone out there? Welcome back to our little pod. You're listening to the Popcorn Patrol, and I'm here with my good friend,
Jeff,
and I'm your co-host, SJ. And today we're going to be talking about Easy A. Hope you guys are ready because we are hitting the books with Easy A. Jeff, it's freezing outside. Why is it so cold? I think there was one day last week that was warm, but I was freezing my butt off.
I
I
I don't have that issue. I'm always warm. I mean, it could be minus 40 out there, and I'm just like, yeah, I
you're
didn't put
in
on pants
shorts.
today.
Oh, you're that guy. In our area, I remember like seeing in like February, there's like a day where it's like 2 degrees and there's people out there with shorts and flip-flops and t-shirts. And I said, nope, this
Yep.
is this is not
There
my
is a picture of
lifestyle.
me floating around in the interwebs of me shoveling a foot and a half of snow in my driveway in my shorts.
Oh no. I mean, if that's how you're comfortable, I would freeze my buns off. I would be like a fudgesicle, a little fudgesicle out there, little brown fudgesicle freezing my butt off out there. But yeah, it's too cold, and I know that fall is right around the corner. It's just inevitable that fall is coming. And I do love fall, mind you. I do love me some fall. Don't get me wrong. I love everything about the season. I mean, there's a bunch of fall fairs that happen, and we love going to those. And of course, it's a cooler time. It's sweater weather, and I also love me some sweater weather. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And then of course, Christmas. December, November, December, it's the hype before Christmas. So I kind of look forward to fall and just seeing what it has to bring.
I'm one of the few people this year that thought summer kind of dragged on a little bit. I know everybody I talk to at work, I work in a school environment, and everyone I talked to was like, "Oh, the summer went so quick. We didn't
It
even have
did.
summer." And for me, it kind of felt like it dragged on a little bit.
Did it?
And so for me, I'm excited. Like summer is trailer season for us, but
Okay.
fall and Christmas, fall leading into Christmas is party season for us. Well,
Oh,
yeah, it's the
well,
beginning of the
excuse
hockey
me.
season. So,
Oh,
I got the
shoot.
boys over every week watching Leaf games. We got a
Right.
big Christmas sweater party we throw in
Oh,
December and
that's
late
fun.
November. We got, there's Halloween parties. There's just lots
Mhm.
of fun stuff that happens this time of year. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. We call this party season from like fall to December. I'm down. I mean, why not? Gotta enjoy life, right? Welcome back, listeners. And as you know, we are here with another one. We are hitting the textbooks on this rom com called Easy A, starring Emma Stone. Jeff, what are the details on this movie? Give us the skinny.
Well, Easy A was written by Burt V. Royal and directed by Will Gluck. It stars Emma Stone, Amanda Bynes, and Penn Badgley. I'm sorry if I say that name wrong. Sounds
I
like
think that's right.
sounds
I
like a
think you
cool
got it
name.
right. Yeah.
Easy A did 75 million at the box office, but only had an $8 million budget. So I mean, this has brought in some decent Skrilla for that production
For
team.
what it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Huh.
personally
Interesting.
thought that this movie kind of was like an American Pie, but from like the female perspective, almost, where it's like the guys are worried about their image of being a virgin, and some of them spread a lie to like Finch, right? And spreads the lie to
So they
make
look
it sound
cooler
like
or
he's a
whatever.
stud muffin. And you know but with this one, Emma Stone's character Olive, she accidentally does this. It wasn't for an image thing at first, and then it slowly
Right.
turns into that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's a
yeah.
bit of a nerd, like kind of a quiet, not a nerd, but she kind of keeps herself, does her schoolwork, gets good grades, kind of follows the rules, and she has nice parents
She's like
and
the goody
a
goody.
stepbrother.
She's like
Yeah,
the
she's
goody
like
goody,
a
right?
goody
Yeah.
goody, and you kind of get that she's a nice person in general. Like she tries to be a kind person, and yeah, you kind of get that. And so the first time she talks, I think she's chatting to her friend about um, her kiss with Penn Badgley when they were little. They got locked in. What do you call that game where they get locked in the room and they have to like kiss each other or something or make out?
No idea. Never played any games
Seven
like that.
seconds of silent. I never played none of those kind of reindeer
Yeah.
games. Okay, but um, I just remember they got put in a room together. They got chosen. It's kind of like a spin the bottle type kissing game, and they get put in a room together, and they're kind of just chatting because they're friends, you know. And Penn Badgley's character as a little boy says to her, like, "Can you just pretend that we kissed so that I don't look like a dork," kind of thing. And you know, she's kind of hesitant. She doesn't really want to do it, but she feels bad for him, so she's like, "Okay, yeah, I can say that. It's not a big deal," kind of thing. Even though you could see her character was internally struggling with that. Like she had to tell this lie and she didn't want to do it, but she did it for a friend kind of thing. And you know, it ends up working to her advantage later down the road, but that's kind of where we see that she, you know, she wants to be nice to people in general. She wants to help people. So the first scene that I noticed that I got a chuckle out of was the pocket full of sunshine scene. You know, when she gets that
Card.
card and
Yep.
she's
Gets
like, "Oh, I
card.
hate the
Opens it
song."
up.
A-
Yep.
Yeah, and then she keeps opening it up, and then she keeps playing. She just leaves it open, and then she's cleaning to it. She's got it on the radio. She's singing to it. I thought that was cute. I thought that was pretty funny, actually. And you see it throughout the movie. She plays this song occasionally, or she's humming this song. It's kind of constantly there. Um, it's kind of like the humor in this movie is a little. It's more on the sarcastic end of things. I found, but
I
I like
totally
that.
agree.
I
This
like
movie
that.
was hilarious. I was laughing
Yeah,
at this movie quite a bit.
I mean, I didn't kiki like loud. Like I wasn't laughing hard through the movie, but I was chuckling here and there, like more than Clueless, anyways. Like I was not. I was just like, okay, whatever, in Clueless. But in this Easy A movie, there was like some funny moments when you're like, oh, okay, okay, I see what you're doing. And yeah, like I found Amanda Bynes' character pretty funny. Like that um, she's just this like Christian, uh, perfect student, I guess you could say. And I like her thing with she's always in the office helping out, and you can see her like sharpening pencils and um, stapling or whatever. And whenever sorry, Emma Stone's character is there, she's always like, they don't get along, right?
Not particularly.
No. And it gets worse as things start to come to light throughout the movie. So, yeah, let's talk about their relationship a little bit. Like Amanda Bynes and Emma Stone's character. They they kind of don't get along. Emma Stone and her personality, they don't really gel too much. And I guess we should start off talking about how this rumor gets started,
Yeah. So basically,
right?
what happens is Emma Stone's character Olive gets invited to some sort of like weekend thing event, and she doesn't want to go, so she makes up this lie that she's going to be seeing this college guy. And uh, when her best friend corners her in the bathroom asking about this weekend, Olive says that yeah, that she ends up saying that she slept with the guy. She lost her virginity to this imaginary college guy. but that's after being like berated by her best friend, who, by the way, does not treat her like a best friend. I like, I know
No, what a cow.
we all have those friends that are just kind of like no unreliable and not just super nice, and but it's not usually your best friend who's just a terrible person.
Right.
Anyways, she ends up saying that she slept with the guy, and Amanda Bynes' character was in the washroom and overheard it, and then started spreading the rumor around.
Right.
And you can imagine what the hardcore Christian girl would say about a girl who lost her virginity in high school
Right.
to a
Yeah.
college kid.
Honestly, this didn't feel like a high school to me. I thought this was like a college or something at first, and then I heard them saying, "Oh, you know, talking
I
about
think
high school and stuff."
I think Hollywood does that on purpose, because if
Yeah.
you look at all of the shows, all of the movies and TV shows that take place in a high school, those
Yeah.
actors are never 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
No,
The
of course
actors are
not.
always like 24, 25, 26,
Yeah, absolutely.
portrayed as a like a high schooler, like a 16-year-old.
And I think they do that because so they can get away with more content, right? Like they can get
Sure.
away with different things and
Yep.
that are more acceptable um, when teens seem a little older. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I understand the vice. I understand why they do it for sure. So you definitely see that in this movie. Like it felt older than them being in high school.
Yeah.
But anyways, that is why Amanda Bynes and Olive really start to butt heads. They have a different lifestyle. And, you know, Amanda Bynes' character is perpetuating this rumor now about Olive. Now we see Olive start to accept this rumor and try and use it to her advantage, right? It's out there now. She can't do anything about it. So um, now she's trying to work with it,
Yep.
right? And I just wanted to let you guys know there are spoilers in this review before we go on. Um, we usually don't really hold back when we're talking about a movie. We just kind of let it fly.
Starts using this rumor to her advantage,
Yeah.
and her best buddy wants to use her to basically change everybody's opinion of him. He's
Yeah.
gay. He's getting
Brandon.
bullied. Brandon, yeah, he's gay.
Yeah.
He's getting bullied. The kids don't like him at school. They make fun of him. And he wants to basically say that he's not. And so they come up with this scheme that they're going to go to this house party, and they're going to pretend to do it in the person's bedroom and let everybody listen.
Hilarious
Oh,
scene.
hilarious.
It was funny.
Yeah. Great scene. I don't get some of it, because like he's not being any louder than she is. And she's like, come on, you got to groan to make it believable. And he's like, and she's like, that's not believable. Like, if they can hear the groaning, would they not be able to hear her say,
Right.
you have to groan to make it believable? But I guess that's part of the funny part of the scene.
Right.
I was a little bit surprised, actually. Great, great strategy. She takes her underwear off and hangs it on the door handle so that it
Yeah, yeah.
blocks the view of the
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 keyhole.
keyhole. So that was a great strategy. That was
Yeah.
fun.
The part where I thought was really funny is when they're like pretend doing it or whatever, and he's like he's like, "Oh, it smells bad." It's like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
why are you smelling
yeah,
this? Why would you say that? And you see her face. She's like, "What? Like, what are you
yeah,
doing?"
yeah.
I thought that was pretty
He's like,
funny.
oh no, it doesn't smell that bad, actually.
It was so
Yeah,
awkward and
yeah,
so weird, but I think that was the purpose of the scene, and it was funny. It definitely made me laugh for sure.
it
But
was
it
good.
was awkward. It was super ox, like which I think it was definitely
Yeah,
supposed to be. But you see when they come out, everyone's like running to the door, like and listening, and they're walking out like, yeah. they're strutting coming out. But it's like, would people actually do that? Is that the slut shaming? Is it's still prevalent these days? I
I,
don't.
I think so. If it was so from the guy's perspective, when he comes out of that room, if those people were his friends, absolutely, they'd be like, "Oh, right on, man," and like high fiving them and
Yeah,
fist bumping and like celebrating them. I thought his response when they questioned him about something, and his response was like, "Well, I'm drunk." Woo! And like they
yeah,
continue
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
drink. But then when she comes out of the room, I don't know from the woman's perspective, but the women look at her like she's a
Like
tramp.
gross,
Like that is
like a
disgusting.
trollop,
Why would you do that?
right?
And but I'm not sure what it is like from the woman's perspective if that is accurate.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. But again, like in high school, I wasn't trying to. We weren't having parties like that. We weren't doing that stuff. Like we would go over to someone's house and watch a movie, like my friend Jay, and we would go and watch movies there.
Yeah,
But and like hang out. We like it wasn't like these American. I don't know. Maybe it's American culture. These parties are nuts.
maybe. Yeah.
Maybe, but
It just looks like every party in these high school movies is like a spring break party.
yeah.
And
I mean,
yeah.
they're going off, man. Like they're having a great old time. But I don't recall, and
And
maybe
these
it's just my
and these
yeah.
people are supposed to be like 15, 16, 17.
Where are their
So they're like
parents?
5 years
Like,
younger than the legal drinking age.
yeah,
Don't get me wrong, when I was a teenager, I, would have a drink or two every once in a while, like
yeah,
as a 17 or 18-year-old, but the legal drinking age here is 19.
yeah,
I wasn't drinking at 14 by any
right.
means with my friends or anything like that. But yeah, so these parties are just a little over exaggerated, I think.
It's like one of my pet peeves, I think, in a lot of these teen movies is that they have these like crazy banger of parties, parties to end all parties, and I'm just like, I didn't even have those in university. Like, what? I don't
Yeah.
understand. But so like, I think that's pretty typical of these movies anyways, so you just kind of learn to accept it, but it's weird, I think.
Another scene that I really enjoyed, and it was Olive was talking to her dad, and her dad was really trying to get her to like trust him. She's kind of being very vague. She's just like, hey, if you guys hear any rumors about me, they're not really true. And he's just like, well, do you have something that you want to say? Like, you can trust me. I'm not going to get mad. And it just was a very relatable moment for me
Yeah.
because I have had those conversations with my kids. And of course, as a parent, you can promise, oh, yeah, be honest with me. I won't get mad. But then if they say something like very terrible, then you have to like
Then
watch
you're
yourself
like,
and be
you
like,
know
"Yeah,
what? I
I
don't say
told
I
him I
won't
couldn't
get
get
mad.
mad, but damn, that's terrible." Like,
I never say that. I said, you can tell me, just know that I love you, and whatever you say, I will always try and help you and steer you in the right
yeah,
direction.
yeah,
Because I'm like, listen, I am Guyanese. I am going to get mad. Like it's just facts. Okay. But I definitely am also understanding of, we're all people do stupid things. And I've told my son, I was like, I know when you get older, you're going to do stupid things. Okay. It's important to remember in those moments where you're scared or worried that we're going to kill you, that that we love you and we are here for you and we are always here to help you and steer you down the right path. And they don't really understand, but I hope when he's older that kind of sinks in. But going back to the dad, I really like the dad as well. He's played by Stanley Tucci.
yep.
I do love the Tooch. He is
Great actor.
he's great and he's always playing like a supporting role. But he's great. I follow him on Instagram and stuff. He makes like cocktails. He just seems like a normal, cool dad, like, you know. And I really enjoyed the mom and his dynamic. They were a little weird, but not too weird. They were supportive. You can see that they have a very loving family, very supportive family, which was nice to see. Emma Stone character, I really like her as an actress. I've seen her in a couple of other things too, and she kind of has this like self-deprecating humor about her, or sarcastic kind of humor, but I like that. I feel like that kind of humor is more clever than, slapstick or something like that. Um,
I like, yeah, I'm much more bigger of a fan of the sarcastic comedy. I
yeah,
think we've seen a lot of the stupid comedy, and it's just
yeah,
like overused. Like
it is.
we have actors that are just completely have turned just completely to that. Like Will Ferrell and Steve Carell, they
Yeah,
just stupid comedy all the time and never
yeah,
really go beyond that. Where this Emma Stone's sarcastic comedy was fantastic in certain scenes.
yeah, yeah. There's a little bit of good writing in this movie for sure. The teacher was also a great character. Now, Emma Stone's character in the second half, she at the beginning she says that he is her favorite teacher. And she goes, he may not think I'm his favorite student now, but I really like him as a teacher. So in the end, we see why, right? In the second half of the movie, we see that his wife, who also works at the school as a guidance counselor, played by Lisa Kudrow, um, she is cheating with a student that's dumb as nails that's been there forever, and he's like 21 at the school, high school still. Which I don't think they fail children anymore. Like I don't know if they fail kids anymore in school, but um anyways, he's been there for a while and she's cheating, and there's this rumor perpetuated about Emma Stone's character that she's got chlamydia, and that's perpetuated by the guy who, or the young man who is having the affair with the guidance counselor. Now we see this thing where she has to make decisions. She has to figure out what the right thing is to do and how she's going to change things so that she can um, kind of get herself out of the situation that she's put herself in,
So
right?
how this really comes about is once she does this for Brandon, other kids at the school that aren't popular and not very well liked, may not be good socially, they approach her offering her money, like in the forms of
Right.
gift cards, to just say that they slept with her, or that they grabbed her boobs, or they went to first or second base. And they have a ton of kids that do this.
Yep.
So that's how this comes about
Until
when the
there's
one
one.
student comes and gets the chlamydia, he just says that it was from all of Emma Stone's character, because she's rumored to be a big hoe at the school.
Yeah.
So it was easy for him to just say that. He couldn't say that he got it from the guidance counselor.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there's that one student that tries to go further with her, right? And actually thinks that she is doing these things
Right. Yep. So
and
he's like
offer.
throwing himself on her.
Right, and he takes her out on a date and stuff. He
Mm.
tries to like wine and dine her and then tries to take advantage of the situation. And it's her ex-best friend's crush or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like a total sleaze. And I think that's the turning point where she's like, yeah, I can't do this anymore. Like this
Yeah.
is awful. She sees Penn Badgley at that time. Penn Badgley's, I think he's working at his job as a valet or something, and he says like, "Do you want to ride home?" And he ends up driving her home,
Yeah.
right? And they get to chatting in the car, and then that's when
Lobster Todd.
Lobster Todd. Is that where he work? That's where he's working?
Lobster Shack, yeah. He
Lobster
works there
Shack.
as a
Sorry, Lobster
server.
Shack.
Yeah.
He had a uniform on.
He starts out as Blue Devil Todd and then goes to Woodchuck Todd and then to Lobster Todd and then back
Right,
to Woodchuck Todd or back to Blue Devil Todd.
right. Yeah, and I liked his character. He was like he wasn't he was there. He was kind of in the backgrounds until he needed to be, but there was still a connection to him throughout the movie. Like you knew you would always see him. They would chat. They would have conversation like a normal um, person that you've known for so many years. You kind of have like a little banter and back and forth, and you can tell they kind of like each other. But there's nothing showing like they're not showing each other that completely yet. So anyways, after she speaks with Lisa Kudrow, who's the guidance counselor, about she says that I can pretend I have chlamydia basically, so that you and your husband, who is the teacher that she likes, um,
Can
that
save
Olive
your marriage.
likes as a
Yeah.
person. Um, so it saves their marriage. So, we see Lisa Kudrow very thankful for that and hug her and stuff. But now Olive needs all of that reversed. So she needs everyone to come clean and just tell all the kids that she allowed to pay her and stuff. She said, you guys need to do me a favor and like help me reverse this. And our friend Brandon, who this all started with, he's gone. He's run away from home. He's told his parents that he's come out of the closet and he's gone. Um, and so it kind of works out for her because everyone knows about it. But all in all, Jeff, this was a fun movie, I think. And I
I had a
think if I
blast with
was
this movie. I when I first looked at it, I was like, oh, this is gonna be one of those Clueless style movies. But no, this was funny. This was good time. Had a blast.
yeah, it was a little more it was more than Clueless for sure. It had a little more clever. The humor in it was a little more clever, and um, you could relate to some of the characters. Definitely, yeah. I think all in all, I would give this a medium popcorn. It was enjoyable. I'd watch it again probably. How did you feel about
For
it?
me, lot of fun. I had a good time with this movie. I'm leaning towards more of like a large popcorn.
Oh,
Yeah, I
I'm
like this
always surprised
too.
at our rating system, but yeah, a large popcorn. You
Yep,
liked it that much.
yeah, I did.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Okay, that's good. Um, Overall opinion of this movie, Jeff, is that you like this movie.
Yep.
Okay. I liked it too. I think that's fair to say that we like the movie, and I would recommend watching it if you.
Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the podcast today. Let us know if you have any suggestions, and please follow us on all places that you stream your podcasts and all social media platforms.
Yep, and stay tuned, guys. It's still September, and we're still doing movie themed, movie related movies. So if you haven't checked our IG or our Facebook, please like and subscribe. We'll keep you up to date as best we can.
This is Jeff,
And this is SJ,
and you've been listening to the
the
Popcorn
Popcorn
Patrol
Patrol
podcast.
podcast. Join us next week as we get web slinging for Into the Spider-Verse, the Spider-Man movie. Jeff, I have a mom joke of the day.
Sure.
Spider-Man wasn't great at climbing walls right away. Good thing he stuck to it.
That's good.
Yeah, I know. All right, cue the exit music. We're Popcorn Patrol. Peace out.